Hello, this is my discussion two question from module two. My discussion two post for module two. We chose a timed 1 mile run for our field test. According to Burns in 2006, the 1 mile run or walk test was a strong indicator of runners reaching VO2 peak. This test it was specifically targeting 13 to 16-year-olds, which was found very beneficial for our group. Our high school girls team all range at the age from 14 to 17. So we found that very compatible for our group. We wanted to address the aerobic component of basketball. This test would be helpful in aerobic capacity and monitoring the progression of the VO2 max in the OES or the oxidative energy system. Basketball is an anaerobic sport, but it is highly aerobic. There's a lot of stopping, starting, there's walking in basketball, there's jumping, there's sprinting, there's shooting, there's changing direction, there's diving, there's all kind of actions within basketball. There was a study done in 2013 that resulted in soccer players having a higher VO2 max, but basketball players' time to exhaustion was higher. A higher tolerance for the efforts and high glycotic demand and the neuromuscular performance is probably sports modality. Physiological needs for the body to have sufficient oxygen when pyruvate isn't converted, when it is not converted to lactate, it's sent to the mitochondria and it's converted to acetylcholine and enters into the Krebs cycle. So in that chemical reaction, we're looking at all the aerobic organisms being able to generate energy. So we can use this mile test to see the oxidative energy system, how the players are growing, and how they're getting better as we start from point 1 month to month 2 to month 3. We did this test during the fall. Right now we're in our season, but we did this test during the fall. It was in our preseason. We had our pre-test. We set our pre-test for 8 minutes. So the players had to try to run their mile in 8 minutes. We had one player make her time. Everybody else did not make their time. So the next time when we had our mid-test, it was set for 7 minutes, and we had a majority of the players make their time. The goal was for everybody to run a 6-minute mile, which for standards for high school girls average is 8 minutes. So we were trying to really push for 6 minutes just because of the team that we had. So the post test was for 6 minutes. We did have one player make their time, but she is a cross country runner, so I don't know if that's maybe not fair or not. But we had one player did make their 6-minute mile, but all the players did improve in their times. So we used the mile test to see the players were getting better, their aerobic capacity was getting better. Alternative could be the pacer test that we could use for that instead of doing a time mile run. The factors that we have that would interfere with what we do or doing a mile test is that we are in West Tennessee. It's extremely hot, so during that time of year, we do have heat advisories. So certain temperatures are reached and all athletics are shut down, so nobody's going outside. If it was too hot, even though there might have been a heat advisory, we would not send our girls outside. We would just have to push the mile test to another day. So it was kind of hard to have it exactly once every 3 to 4 weeks. We also had another scenario where we have 3 players with health issues. We have one player who has asthma. She will bring her air pump to practice, bring her inhaler to practice, and all kind of whatever we're doing, she does bring. We also have another player with a vocal cord dysfunction, so she has asthmatic symptoms, but she does not have asthma, but her vocal cord does swell, so she will, it's just like she's had asthma. And we have one more player that has exercise-induced asthma, so those factors also came into consideration when setting times and setting things for the team, because we knew we had potential 3 players that maybe with their asthma and different respiratory system issues might not be able to make it. So So that was our test protocol. We did use the 1 mile run. That was our field test, and that's how we used to measure our players and their aerobic